Ford Focus ST is often regarded as the softer version of the outrageously quick and preposterous RS, but this latest version, complete with a 246 bhp 2.0-litre engine, is no shrinking violet and paves the way for an even more bonkers RS to come. Yes, this version is quick and yes, it handles fantastically well, but it's equally at home pottering around the city centre as it is on a challenging broad. In that respect it represents the perfect compromise, a hot hatch that is entirely usable as a daily driver. Rivals such as the Renault Sport Megane for the driving purist, and the stupendously fast Mazda 3 MPS hasn't really captured the hearts of those looking for sporty credentials. As such, the ST fills a gap in the market. It's familiar and it's fun. The Ford Focus ST also has something unique. It is the only mid-sized performance hatchback that also comes in estate form. That will be welcome news for families who enjoy the pleasure of driving but also need that extra space to transport their kids and all the paraphernalia associated with them. Prices are competitive and they absolutely trounce the likes of the VW Golf GT that uses its premium badge as a way of justifying its comparatively high price. The ST has a lot going for it since it is based on the extremely impressive standard Ford Focus that delivers pretty much what every driver needs: strong handling, decent equipment levels, practicality and value. The ST mirrors those credentials but adds more real excitement. It isn't particularly green or fuel efficient, but it's not outrageous either. There are 3 trims: Street, ST2 and ST3, but the standard ST has enough on its kit list to keep most drivers happy. It sits on 18-inch alloys and that gives it a real presence on the road, while standard Practicality cloth seats, manual air conditioning, keyless start, Thatcham alarm, DAB radio, Bluetooth and USB connection amount to a generous offering when you consider that this is an entry-level model. So, it's an impressive machine, but can it outmuscle the other high-performance contenders in this category? Read the full Ford Focus ST review to find out. Performance enthusiasts will undoubtedly read the Ford Focus ST performance stats with beady eyes. What's interesting is that its 0-62 mph time of 6.5 seconds isn't much slower than the previous generation RS that could get there in 6.0 seconds. Okay, it's half a second off, but when you consider that the engine capacity in the old RS is 500cc bigger and that the RS model is supposed to be the pinnacle of performance in the Focus range, this ST certainly gives a good account of itself. The engine in this model is a 2.0-litre EcoBoost petrol that delivers 246 bhp, maximum pulling power of 340 Nm and, as well as the impressive 0.62 mph time, it'll go on to top speed of 154 mph. The stats tell just a smidgen of the story. Not only is it fast, it feels fast. The performance is linear and smooth, but not so refined that you don't feel the raw brutality. The torque quest here that has blighted some of the previous fast Ford models has been well restrained, and once you get up to 3rd gear the scenery will have become a satisfying blur. On top of that you get a fantastic engine sound that is certainly very addictive. Handling. The handling in the Ford Focus ST is let down a little by the electronic power-assisted steering. The standard Focus suffers from a similar problem, although in the Max it seemed perfect for that sort of car. The fact is there isn't much feel from the steering and, if you like, you could describe it as rubbery. Still, that's probably the only complaint as far as the Ford Focus ST's handling is concerned. The steering may be low on feel but it is responsive on turn-in and is well weighted too. Like the standard Focus, you get excellent grip, but the sports suspension ramps up the agility a notch. Twisty roads are where the ST excels, coping with fast and tight corners with ease. The body control is excellent, with little lean on tighter corners. The 6-speed manual gearbox is smooth, the clutch satisfyingly light and the brakes solid. There's plenty of wizardry to make sure you don't make a fool of yourself on the road. The Focus ST features torque vectoring control, which sounds fancy, but this is a system that applies brake torque to the wheels on the inside of the corner to increase grip and reduce the car's tendency to go straight ahead instead of turn in. The car also features cornering understeer control, another piece of technical trickery that helps keep the car stuck to the road. In any event, this is a difficult car to fault as far as handling is concerned. The only rival that beats it is the Renault Sport Megane. Equipment. There's a whole bunch of safety equipment on the Focus ST that is designed to keep enthusiastic drivers with little talent on the black stuff, or at least away from things that'll mean a costly insurance claim, and we have detailed all that in our safety section. You'll be glad to know that Ford Focus ST equipment list is appropriate and reasonably generous. There are 3 trims: the standard Street, ST2 and ST3. Standard Ford Focus ST accessories include 18-inch alloy wheels, Recaro cloth seats, manual air conditioning, keyless start, Thatcher alarm, DAB radio, Bluetooth and USB connection. Shell out a bit more cash for the ST2 and you had partly ear the trim, dual zone climate control, a stereo upgrade, rain-sensitive wipers, auto headlights, self-dimming rear-view mirror and floor mats. Spend an extra £1,000 or so and the ST3 adds leather trim, heated front seats, Bixen and headlights, LED lights, keyless entry and power-fold wing mirrors. You'll pay around £1,000 extra for the estate model over the hatch, but you can spend a king's ransom if you start shelling out for options and specialized equipment packs. Options include metallic paint, active cruise control and the driver assistance pack that includes a raft of safety systems such as lane departure warning, lane keeping aid, traffic sign recognition, auto high beam, blind spot information and active city stopper system that brakes the car automatically if it thinks you are about to hit the car in front. There's also the City Pack that has rear parking sensors and power-fold mirrors, as well as the SD Style Pack that has fancy grey 18-inch alloys, red brake calipers and illuminated scuff plates on its kit list. You can buy other more left-field packs: the Pet Pack with a dog guard, boot liner and bumper protector, the most interesting of all, but we'd suggest that the driver assistance pack is a decent investment if safety is your priority. Our view is that the standard ST has enough equipment to keep most drivers happy while still retaining decent resale values. This is a performance car after all, and most used car buyers will not be too concerned if your vehicle doesn't have a dog guard. Comfort. Ford Focus ST comfort could have been compromised by the sports suspension, but it rides surprising well, even over rutted roads. Ford has achieved what many car manufacturers have not when building a sports version of a standard hatchback. Often a sporty model will handle beautifully, but end up so rigid that your molars will be under threat. First up, the suspension is capable of delivering a sweet, unflustered ride on poorly surfaced roads while staying stable on cornering. In city centers it'll deal with manhole covers without fuss, and only the most pockmarked streets present a problem. Yes, it's firm, and yes, there are more comfortable cars out there, but this is a high-performance sports car that's good enough for daily use. Secondly, the sports seats do a good job of hemming you in on tight corners, and that's reassuring, offering a firm, yet pleasing amount of support for your back. If you are a little on the portly side, you may find them a bit tight. Wind noise has been well contained, but you do get quite a bit of road noise, particularly when you are on the motorway. Engine noise has been suppressed well enough, but Ford is dining out on the distinctive engine sound, so it's entirely logical that the driver has the pleasure of actually hearing it when accelerating. Practicality. If you want a practical car, then you've got it, in either body style. Like all Ford Focuses, the ST comes with ample boot space and entirely acceptable interior space. The hatchback offers 363 litres of load room with the rear seats down, but this is with the tyre repair kit. If you want a full-size spare, that will go down to 277 litres and then up to 316 litres with the space saver wheel. Fold the rear seats down and you get 1148 litres with the repair kit, 1062 with a full-size spare wheel, and 1101 litres with a space saver. Clearly, this is ample for a golfer with a big bag and still enough space for a couple wanting to go on a weekend camping trip. Those with a couple of kids might want to go for the Estate, that offers a hearty 1516 litres with the rear seats down and a repair kit, and 490 litres, also with a repair kit. The Estate doesn't come with a full-size spare wheel, but you can get a space saver that slightly reduces the luggage space. The Focus ST features 60 hours 40 minutes split folding rear seats, good levels of adjustment on the front seats and steering wheel so the driver can get comfortable without too much faffing about, and plenty of cubbies in which to store stuff. Yes, it's a Focus with bells on, but it's still hugely practical. Safety. The Ford Focus ST safety kit list should give peace of mind, especially when you consider that the standard Focus, on which it is based, received a full 5 stars in Euro NCAP crash tests. In terms of safety systems, the ST features front, side and curtain airbags for driver and passenger, whiplash listening headrests and ISOFIX child seat attachments. The raft of safety systems designed to keep the driver on the road includes stability control, and if you want you can order the driver assistance pack that includes blind spot warning, active cruise control, lane keep assist, traffic sign recognition, driver alert and auto high beam. Most notably, there's also the option of the low-speed safety system that will stop the car automatically if it thinks you are going to hit the car in front in slow-moving traffic. Reliability. Ford Focus ST reliability will be helped by the fact that the company has worked hard on the standard model to improve build quality. Certainly, we experienced no creaks or tweaks throughout our test, but this generation Focus is not as good as some of its rivals, particularly those from Japanese car makers. We don't expect owners to experience many problems, however. The previous generation Focus didn't score particularly well in customer satisfaction surveys, and Ford, as a brand, is a more mid-table performer. The previous generation Focus did have several official recalls, but there have been no official recalls for the new Focus.